Hemophilia is an inherited bleeding disorder that impairs the body's ability to make clots. If one is suffering from hemophilia, then he or she may bleed profusely for a longer time, which calls for special attention. MediCircle is speaking to eminent doctors and hematologists to create awareness about this blood disorder. Hi, this is Amrita Priya, and you are watching MediCircle. Today, we have Dr. Ajay Sharma on our show. Dr. Brigadier Ajay Sharma has a vast experience in blood cancers and other diseases of blood. He has pioneered the stem cell transplantation program in armed forces as well as in Gangaram Hospital at Delhi. He has performed over 1,000 BMTs and has been treating all kinds of leukemias and lymphomas, myeloma, besides other blood diseases like thalassemia and aplastic anemia. He has been involved in various research activities and has a large number of publications in Indian and international journals. He is recognized postgraduate teacher and DM examiner. He has been involved in training doctors and hematology and BMT fellows. Welcome, Dr. Sharma, to MediCircle.
Good evening and greetings to you all.
Okay, Dr. Sharma, to begin with, what causes hemophilia?
Hemophilia is a blood disorder which is caused by a deficiency of a clotting factor in the body. As a result, the patient has a tendency to bleed, and this manifests quite early in the age group, and mostly these patients are small children which manifest from the age of 6 months to a couple of years of their age, and they start having bleeding from the minor injuries a small child can have. Depending upon the extent of the disease, which we know as severity of the disease, the bleeding can occur spontaneously or it can occur after minor or major injuries. So the main predominant symptom is the bleeding tendency, and when these bleedings tend to occur more and more again and again, then the child develops many deformities of the joints where the bleeding keeps on occurring again and again.
Okay. And what about the signs and symptoms? Like what does one experience when one is suffering from?
So the disease can actually come to us in the form of acute bleeding, or it can be a subacute or chronic bleeding defects. So now the acute bleeding usually occurs in a joint when the child may hurt himself, or even while walking or having small injuries while playing. The child, most common joint affected is a knee joint. And when it is an early bleeding, the joint is warm, it may be painful, there may be swelling, and we might even think, the parents might think that child is having some kind of infection, but actually it is the bleeding. So a joint which is acutely painful, which is inflamed, which is swollen, looks red, or sometimes there may be frank bleeding, which may be uncontrollable, or sometimes the bleeding occurs from the nose, from the throat, and sometimes in a female who has have menarche, it can manifest as the excessive menstrual bleeding. So bleeding in any form which starts as acutely is the hallmark of the disease like hemophilia.
Okay. So Dr. Sharma, how is hemophilia diagnosed?
Now, when this child comes to us with bleeding, which can occur as recurrent bleeding, first of all, we analyze the blood of this child. So blood test, we do the blood counts. The platelet count sometimes may be low, as in certain bleeding disorders. So we look for the platelet count besides the other counts. Then we look for the clotting properties in the blood. So we do what are known as a clotting tests. And the most common clotting tests which are done in these patients of hemophilia are the coagulation test, PT and APTT. Now, hemophilia is a group of disorders where any of the factors from 8, 9, 7, 11 will be deficient. So depending upon the factor deficiency, that particular test may be abnormal. For example, in hemophilia A, which is the most common, the factor 8 is deficient. In that situation, APTT will be prolonged. But if it is a different disease where factor 7 is deficient, PT may be prolonged. So depending upon the factor deficiency, the test may be abnormal, PT or APDT. So depending upon the abnormality of these tests, we diagnose these patients. And once we have found that which factor is deficient, we need to quantify it to see the level of the factor. So then we do the factor assay.
Okay. And how severe can this blood disorder get? Like, how can it affect the person?
Yes, so factor, as I was mentioning, that it is because of the factor deficiency. The factor may be deficient in a very mild form, or it may be deficient in a very severe form. By mild, I mean to say the factor is almost normal, but it is not normal. Normally, we take it as if it is 50%, the level is 50% of the normal, then the patient is asymptomatic, the person is asymptomatic. But the factor level, if it comes between 5 to 50% or 40%, it is a mild deficiency. So if in a patient, if the factor assay gives us the value of anything more than 5%, we take it as a mild form. If it is 1 to 5%, it is moderate form. But if it is less than 1%, it is severe deficiency of factor 8. So factor 8, which manifests as bleeding tendency, is usually because of the severe deficiency of the factor 8, known as severe factor deficiency.
Okay. So thank you, Dr. Sharma, to give us an overview of what hemophilia is, because many people are not aware about this disorder, as it's still a rare kind of disorder.
Yes, it is uncommon, but it is not that uncommon because in our country, because of the population, we do come across this disease once in a while. And unless the doctors themselves are aware about it, parents are aware about it, these patients keep on going from one place to another, being undiagnosed. So it is very important to suspect these diseases when the child has a recurrent bleeding and get these tests done appropriately.
Okay. So thanks a lot for your insights on hemophilia. I'm sure it is going to help our viewers to understand this disorder. And thanks for being
Thank you very much.
on the Circle Show.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure for me also. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.